Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into this article briefly with you, beloved Akiam and Akwath. Tapping into the realization of the end of an empire, man, which would be none other than Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, America, man. All right, and this is something that the scriptures highlight. All right, the scriptures hone in on the daughter of Babylon. And when you go on Google in itself, all right, when you type in daughter of Babylon, the result you will get is America being likened to that nation described in the Bible, man. And as a matter of fact, before we get into this article, why don't we do that real quick? Bear with me. So when you type in on Google, and they've changed it as of late, because before it used to pop right up, but now if you type in what nation today is the daughter of Babylon, what you will get is this. This is an AI overview. And it says what? In many religious interpretations, particularly within certain Christian denominations, the daughter of Babylon is often used to refer to the United States of America, man. Why? Signifying a powerful nation with characteristics similar to the ancient Babylonian Empire, particularly in terms of wealth, pride, and potential for moral corruption. However, this is a symbolic interpretation and not a literal historical connection, okay? But it's connected prophetically, man. You see? There's a prophetic connection. And again, as it's mentioned in here, the characteristics match perfectly: the wealth, the pride, and the moral corruption. All right? And this is what we're witnessing in real time. You see? This is why when you go back to this article, all right, this is what it's talking to. You see, this article is from Natural News, and it's dated January 30th, 2025. And the title reads, "The United States is close to reaching its expiration date and will collapse unless its decline is immediately rectified." And there's no turning back the clock on Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Okay, the Lord is very direct, okay, when it comes to the expiration of time for you heathen empires, man. Okay, and the Lord tells us, when you go to the book of Job, man, let's go here real quick. When you go to the book of Job, as a matter of fact, before we go here, let's go here first. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4. In verse, let's start at verse 36, and it reads, "And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer, and said, Even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance, man. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled." You see, so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will let you be. as a ruling empire and allow you to pursue your reign of terror like Esau has been doing since the Greeks. And we understand he fell under the Western Roman Empire, and then he was reborn during the Renaissance period, man. Roughly around 1300, the mid 1300s, early 1400s. You see, when he came through reviving the Western Roman Empire, man, fulfilling Revelations, the 20th chapter. Okay, fulfilling also what's that, Malachi 1 and 4. You see, but ultimately at the end of this thing, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna do this man in upon his second return. Okay, but everything's set in the balance, man. And this man has to play out his part of prophecy, which is to bring forth evil. You see, evil must reach its perfection by the hands of Esau. Okay, he's been granted access, all right, to the fatness of the earth. He's living out his blessing he received in Genesis 27. But as it tells us in Revelations, the 20th chapter, he was only going to be loosed for a little season. All right, and we're in his little season. And he's at the point now where he's running out of time. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is running out of time. And, the irony of it all is that he knows he's running out of time. And not only does the article prove it, but prophecy. Let's go here real fast. We're going to get into the article. We're going to read into it. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, and it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." And this is talking to the elect, first and foremost, the servants, the prophets, okay, and you beloved men, women, and children of the innumerable multitude that believe the report. You see, who believe the report, and the arm of Yahweh has been revealed unto you, man, whom is none other than Yahushai. Okay, we got to rejoice as we see the downfall, the crumbling and dismantling of our arch enemy, man. Okay, but woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, right? Everybody outside of this truth, right? Everybody outside of the elect. Okay, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, and we know the devil is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, that devil, that deceiver, that slanderer, that false accuser. All right, that would be none other than Esau. You see, the accuser of our brethren, right? For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, this is the irony of it all. All right, these global elites know that the time is ticking on them. All right, they understand the reality of the rise and fall of an empire. You see, and he's at the point now where he's about to hit the brick wall, man. And there's nothing he can do to stop it. Let me get one more precept before we get this article. The book of Job, chapter 14, and verse 5, and it reads, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee." Who? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? The number of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's months are with the Lord, man. All right, he sets the bounds, okay, on the kings of the earth, as we mentioned in the beginning of this lesson, man. We're going to prove it, okay? Esau has no control over how long or how short he gets to rule. You see, it's out of his control. As we're reading here, his days are determined, man. See? Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So there's a specific year month, week, day, hour, minute, second, that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, will not be able to pass when that day comes into its perfection. Okay, when it's time for him to be removed. You see that? And this is just the reality of this thing, man. And he realizes this. All right, this is why he's, gazing up into the heavens, and he's watching the constellations via his stargazers and his monthly prognosticators, his diviners and soothsayers, his left-hand priesthood. Okay, they're calling on Satan more than ever before in efforts to continue this reign of terror, man. They know they have to conclude this matter and bring forth this new fourth industrial technological version, you see, of their tyranny. You see that? Now let's get into this article a little bit. Let's get these thumbnails here. All right, it reads, the United States is nearing its predicted expiration date of 250 years, a date which aligns with the average lifespan of many historical empires, man. And how do you think they know this? Because Esau studied these things, man. Esau's been tapped in to see how he can prolong his days. You see? And next year marks that 250th year. So when you step back and take a look into the certain situations and conditions of this place, it all starts to make sense. Why it's decaying, from an economical, infrastructural, and moral standpoint so rapidly, because it's reaching its climax, it's reaching its decline, it's declining. That would be the only explanation. Okay, why is there executive orders that have to be signed into law stating that there's only a male and a female? That means there were laws that were contrary to that, which is an abomination. Showing you the decline, the moral decline of this place, man. You see? This place is so fine, the pit. All right, there's no way out. As it says in Jeremiah, we would have hailed Babylon, but Babylon cannot be healed, man. It's uncurable. Look, historical patterns suggest empires decline after reaching what scholar Sir John Glubb calls the age of decadence, a period marked by moral decay, materialism, and societal fragmentation. And this is what we're witnessing, man. Okay, hey, these people are in an uproar. Hey, why do you think they wanted to take down TikTok? It's because TikTok was telling the story, all right, of the moral decay that's happening in the backdrop, all right, behind the scenes. All right, people spilling out their deepest, most intimate thoughts as to how they feel about this whole situation that they're in, being corporate slaves, okay, being undermined, and having to have to live their life playing with monopoly money, man, and not being able to ever have any real resource, which is what? Gold, silver, cattle, and land. You see? Look, key signs of U.S. decline include moral and spiritual erosion. And this explains why, Trump is trying to push the whole Christian talk, thinking that's going to bring them back on some type of equal playing field, or to be able to stabilize this decline. You see, that's the whole agenda behind that. You see, when you understand prophecy, you understand, this man's moves, man. And if you try to operate outside of the realms of prophecy, it's very obvious. It's very obvious that you're erring. You're in error. You see, because prophecy cannot be disannulled. We stand on prophecy, man. Understanding that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai declared the end from the beginning, and there's no change in that. We're all operating, okay, within the realms of prophecy. All right, unbeknownst to the world, man. That's the reality. Let's continue on. Key signs of U.S. decline include moral and spiritual erosion, unsustainable economic debt. I mean, come on, man. We're talking about what? 37 trillion, if I'm not mistaken. The last time I looked. You see? Everything's lining up. Look, including planets, man. Look at deepening political polarization and the breakdown of traditional family structures, man. All right, the typical Babylonian family, all right, is either broken or completely out of order. The woman is leading the household, and a household you would deem in order, where you have the parents there, you know, they got their 2-3 kids with 2 pets, all right, the white picket fence with the 2 cars and the garage, all right, with the garden in the middle. You see, but here it is, the woman is leading that household, man. Hey, and she can be a stay-at-home mom, and she's still leading that son of a bitch. Why? Because women have been set in liberty, man. They've been set over the man. This is a metropolis. You see, it's a mother city, this place, Babylon. And it's granted access, all right, for the woman to have power over the man. You see, so everything's flipped upside down in this place, man. Everything's flipped upside down. Let's continue on here. Cal Thomas warns that without immediate action to revive moral values and strengthen families and communities, the U.S. risks following the path of collapsed empires, and that's a regardless. Let me just throw that out there. It's regardless, man. Because again, there's no reviving Babylon. You see? There's no reviving it. These people are going to continue to go left. Okay, and ultimately, pursuant to the book of Job, as he's trying to correct this place. Matter of fact, let me go get this real quick. I want to say that's Job 20, in the fullness of his efficiency. There it is. Kala Yahweh Shemel Shai, the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 22, and it reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits." When you get this word sufficiency, it goes into what? An adequate amount of something, especially of something essential. So you have enough of it. So when he's at his point of perfection, when he's reaching his perfection, let's get it in the Merriam real quick.
Sufficiency.
All right. So having enough, right? Right here, the equality or state of being sufficient, right? So when he's getting to the point, all right, where he's able to, get this, fourth industrial revolution off the ground, it's becoming, sustainable. All right, some type of foundation has been grounded. Let's go back. Look what's gonna happen. Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So he's going to be in a position of difficulty, which that word straits, that's what that goes into. So he's going to be in a position of difficulty the whole time. You see?
Straight.
A narrow passage of water connecting two seas, right? Right here, used in reference to a situation characterized by a specific degree of trouble or difficulty. This is the definition we want. You see? So in the fullness of his sufficiency, he's going to be in a, what? In a position of difficulty. It's not going to be smooth. It's not going to be a smooth process. All right? This is one of the reasons why he's going to come down with great wrath. You see? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And this wicked's not talking about Esau. This is one of the rare scriptures you will read along with Ezekiel 18. Another one that comes to mind. When it mentions the wicked, it's talking about Jake in Ezekiel 18. And this right here is talking about the people. You see, he's going into the laborers right here when you read this in Job 20. Matter of fact, God damn it, I just lost that article. Bear with me, Akiyam and Akwa. Hey, Salaka, we back. I was able to find it. All right, what I wanted to do, I wanted to go to the blue letter. And I wanted to get this word for you new listeners. When you go to the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22, when you get this word wicked.
Strong's H 6001. A male. A male.
Right. And it goes into what? Laborer, sufferer, wretched one. Look at laborer, workman. You see? Yeah, sufferer, right? Because, hey, we're all suffering. All right. All of us laborers, us workers, we're suffering under the rulership of Esau. Here it is. You work for pennies. And then on top of that, it's not enough to make ends meet. You never make enough to get ahead. And on top of that, it's not true. It's not true. It's not real money, man. You see, it's monopoly money. It's paper. All right, we should be dealing with gold and silver, man. And resources, man. Like land and cattle. You see, so we're all suffering under this man's rulership, man. But listen, the laborers and workmen, right, the sufferers, man, are going to come down upon this dude right here. Job 20 and 22 from the top. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, man. They're not going to do what he says. All right? They're not gonna transition. All right, like this article saying should happen. Or otherwise, this place is gonna collapse. You see? And that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna collapse because the people are not happy. You see? Hey, and now and this dude's so stupid. He's jammed them up, okay, with the juice, man. Back in 2019 and 20 and so on and so forth, man. He jammed these people up with that juice. So these people are completely out of their mind, man. You see? That played a role in the decay of Babylon. You see? It was just another stepping stone to bring forth this place's moral decay. Because people are completely out of their mind, man. You know that Jews got a lot to do with it. You see? Let's get this right here. Despite the grim outlook, Thomas offers hope, urging individual citizens to take responsibility by fostering strong families, engaging in communities, and upholding moral standards to reverse the decline. It's not going to happen. We're not in that time. As it tells us in Ecclesiastes that we're in the time of hate. We're in the time of evil, man. All right, we're in a time where, mother against mother-in-law, father against son. You see, as was said by Yahweh Shai, man. This is the time we're in. Egyptian against Egyptian. All right, the Lord setting Egyptian against Egyptian. There's no reviving. All right, this mindset that these people have. All right, on these people's minds, it's just evil continuously, man. And this is part of the process that's necessary in efforts to bring this place down, man. And this is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And to prove it, let's go ahead. See? Showing you that Esau's been in the trick bag the whole time. He thought he was doing something with that juice, and all he did was all it did was bring forth the decline of this place, man. And we understand it's all by design. You know, they want to usher forth this new world. In their mind, they're gonna, you know, collapse this place, you know, go into World War III and then come out of the smoke and ashes and fire like the Phoenix bird. That's how they're looking at it, Esau, the pride of Esau. But it's not going to play out like that. Pursuing the biblical prophecy, it's not going to play out like that. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 20, and it reads, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his, man, right? Wisdom and might belong to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Lord. All right, and being that we, you know, come under the authority of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we've been granted access to divine wisdom. You see? And we're mighty through our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So this is why we're able to bring forth understanding, which is knocking down these strongholds that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has been able to, you know, control the minds of the people and the masses with for so long, man. Now the truth is here. All right, this truth is shaking up the foundations of Esau's world. Check this out. And he causeth, Salakia, and he changeth the times and seasons, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the reason why we have spring, summer, fall, and winter. You see? It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's the reason by Esau's not controlling that. Esau doesn't have the ability to say, you know what? Let's skip summer. Let's have a long, drawn-out winter. He can't do that if he wanted to. You see, it's of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We have the 4 seasons. Let's continue on, showing you the power of our power. Right? Check this out. He removeth kings, man, and setteth up kings, man. You can liken that unto seasons too. You see, because when you have a specific empire ruling, that's their season. They're in their season. But guess what? There's going to come a time where that season's going to change, because there's no heathen is going to rule forever, pursuing the biblical prophecy. The only nation that's going to rule forever, it tells you in the 44th verse of this same chapter. Okay? As a matter of fact, we might get that. As a matter of fact, let's get that through the Spirit after we read this. And he removeth kings and setteth up kings. Right, so he set up Esau and he's going to remove Esau. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right. Okay, and all the wisdom that Esau's been able to prance around with for all these hundreds of years, it was because of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was the reason why this man was able to split an atom, you know, smash and merge it back together and create an atomic bomb, man. And now it's the Lord that's taking the wisdom from Esau. He's making him do, make rash decisions and, move, just the wrong way. It's the Lord causing him to do it. As a matter of fact, let's prove it. We'll jump back over here. Let's just prove that real quick. When you go to Jeremiah chapter 49, this is why the Lord said this. The book of Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7, and it reads, concerning Edom, okay, concerning Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, man, Yahweh of armies. This is the energy he's coming with Esau in. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Okay, in Teman are those Germans, man, the wiser men of the Edomites, right? They're the ones behind the Manhattan Project. You have Abraham, Esau, Robert Oppenheimer, these individuals, of small hat descendant, right? Because a lot of them Germans are small hats that were able to bring forth these weapons of mass destruction. So the Lord's asking, the Lord's posting a question here, He's posing a question. Is wisdom no more in teaming? Right? You know, you Mercedes Benz engineer, you know what I mean? Engineers, right? I'm just being facetious. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like the Lord's posing that question towards the wiser tribe of Edom. Okay? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? See, the Lord's being facetious. Being that he gave the wisdom, the prudence. You see the understanding for this man. You know? So it's heavy, man. Let's jump back. That's why the Lord said that. Okay? Now let's jump to Daniel 2. Let's jump to 44, showing you that Esau don't got it. Alright? He's going to end up just like the rest of these other heathen empires, man. A fallen empire. You see? The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 44, and it reads, and in the days of these kings, what kings? All these previous kings that ruled, all right, prior to the kingdom of heaven being set up. All right, from ancient Babylon to the Assyrians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, okay, the Romans, the revival of the Romans, which is this beast system consistent of the NATO and the EU. You know? Look, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, man. Showing you that there's not going to be no joint empires. It's going to be Israel and only Israel. Jacob. We're not going to be joined unto no other people. You see? But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. And it shall stand forever. See? The kingdom of Yasha Allah is going to stand forever. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Why? Because it's going to be being, the foundation of the kingdom is going to be righteousness. And that's what grants you access to the immortality, man. Via you and your empire. Righteousness. It tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon. It tells you Wisdom of Solomon in the first chapter. Matter of fact, I'll get it right now. It says this, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15, for righteousness is immortal. You see? And this is what this new heaven and new earth is going to consist of, man. Righteousness. As a matter of fact, let's close out right here. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, to prove that. Yeah, man. Hey, we got next to the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai is on his way. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12, and it reads, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of power, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's hot enough to do that? Those intercontinental ballistic missiles. This is missile talk right here. All right, whether you believe it or not. Okay? You can't see that. The Lord's not dealing with you. Okay? This is the second death. This is the definition of the second death. Okay? Let's continue on. Here's the point. Nevertheless, we who the elect first and foremost, according to his promise, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. According to his promise, look for new heavens, right? A new rulership. All right, that's what that new heavens is talking to. There's 3 heavens. All right, when you go into the representation of what heaven can consist of. All right, you have heavens, as in, we'll start from the top, where our power dwells. All right, the 4th dimension. You see? Then you have the second heavens. Now that would be the 3rd heavens, right, where our power dwells. Then you have the second heavens, right, which would be where? Like the constellations, where the birds fly. You know? So on and so forth, right? And then you have the first heaven, which will be here on earth, which will consist of you being in rulership. You see? And this is what this is talking to. Dominion, rulership, sovereignty. See? For Let me see here. Let me go here. Let me read from the top. 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, right? Because whoever's ruling, that's going to be the vibration on the earth. All right? This is why the earth is going to be once again a paradise. Because it's going to be being ruled in righteousness. All right? But it's going to take 1,000 years to clean this place up and get you nations in order. You see? Wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You see that? Righteousness is going to be, the foundation of the rulership, which is going to make it unbreakable. So yeah, it's a feeble thought, vain thought from the heathen, as always. Thinking they're going to be able to turn around and renew this diabolical empire, man. It's not a realization. When we talk biblical prophecy, which the Bible is alive and well. All right, this is not a fairy tale book. As we can see how we can align everything real time with Bible prophecy, man. Okay? This is how we know. What's happening right now was prophesied to happen. Whether you realize that or not. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, we understand. And the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for that, man. Repent, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Shalom.